Alright, it's TJ again here at Down and Out Design. Since a few minutes ago, broke out one of my old airbrushes. It's a detail brush. You know what? I'm not even going to get into it. It didn't come out very well. First of all, you have white can be kind of a pain either way you look at it. So sometimes, like you've probably heard before, you gotta put your reducer in there and then leave it set for a while and let it do its job and get it good and reduced. But the HPC, she's fixing it up. The HPC, I've got to get some more of them. I absolutely love that brush. And the other one, HPCS, I love it too. Really love those brushes. Anyway, I mean, some people like pork, some people like beef, so I just really like those brushes. Anyway, my glass bullet hole. Started out, didn't really like the way I did it the first time. What I did was, if you don't have any of these, and it took me forever to find them, and I finally found them. Where did I get these from? I think Coast Airbrush. Anyway, Steve Kafka, however you say it, he's always talking about. It's the Stadler non-permanent Omnichrome 1080. It's water soluble. Excellent pencils. And what I did is I drew my bullet hole lightly, and the trick I found with these pencils is if you're at the level where you can draw really well, or draw proficiently enough, and have enough confidence in your skills to be able to lay down with this pencil what you have in your head, then it saves a lot of time. And if you can draw this out, and I'm gonna actually show you how to do it. I'm gonna take my first whack at actually trying to airbrush on camera. It's gonna be a new experience for both of us. So what I did was, before I started, is I drew this out, and then I just simply made some reference marks because it's all up here. So I just laid down some reference marks to make sure that I knew where I wanted this thing to go in the outer extremities, how far I wanted it to go. Well, on the first one, like I said, I was messing with that other airbrush and it didn't turn out well, and I tried to go back and forth with the black to get the effect I was looking for, and it just turned to crap. So loaded up my Talon with the fan tip, went all over it, covered it back up with black, and started over. But this is the first time I've ever done this little effect here, and it looks better in person than it does on the camera. It was kind of diffused on the camera, but it's a cell phone, so what can I really expect? Maybe I can get you a little bit closer, but this is just a few minutes of freehand work, and it's really simple. It's not something that requires a whole lot of thinking, and it looks pretty cool. you got a black base. I didn't do any masking other than around the bottom. I just went in there and sketched with my pencil and came back and just started kind of scratching in some lines with at different values, that is, with my airbrush with the detail white. If you notice in the center here, it's damn, I wish it showed up better on the phone, but in the center it's actually, we'll probably have to make a couple more passes to bring it completely out, but in my reference photos I noticed that this is actually really a bright white, and it's with the entry of the bullet actually kind of makes all this such a fine, all these fine little cracks, and it kind of turns it almost to powder. You know, glass is made from sand, so it stands to reason that all this right here would break up so finely, and it, you know, if you've ever seen a windshield bust, it's just all where the point of impact is, just really, really bright light highlights right there. So, and then it's not, you're not painting every individual crack. That's the thing. Daniel Power talks a lot about, you know, the Gestalt method, and I won't get really into that, but I will give credit where credit is due. He introduced me to it, and it has changed my whole outlook. But you're not going to paint every single thing. You're using the brain to fill in the rest of the information, to tell you what's there. And so really it's just a bunch of cross hatching and stuff like that all up in here, a little cross hatching and some dagger strokes, and just some little, just kind of watched my reference and just kind of, you know, studied it. And as I worked, I just kind of went through there adding a little bit more stuff at a time. I'm going to try and get this on camera. It's kind of a hard angle. Maybe if I turn you like this. How's that? All these reflections everywhere. Okay, you want to put one right here? Alright, we'll put one right here. I'll start out with a circle that is, I don't know, what do you say, that's probably about as big around as a Sharpie, you know, probably almost a half-inch hole. And I don't know, I just kind of thought, you know, I used to shoot guns all the time, so it just kind of felt natural that that's a natural size hole for the lead. Let's see. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is I draw it in real lightly. And then I'm just going to kind of make a little cross, kind of like an axis, because what you're going to do, okay, it's really not very bright. Can you see? I don't know, but anyway, you make a cross through your circle, and you kind of make like a little cheap star. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit brighter. I can always, the great thing about these pencils is you just come back in there and wipe them off. Yeah, you can see that. Now, normally I wouldn't do that dark, but I'm just going to show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay, your glass isn't going to break in any uniform fashion whatsoever. There's no method to the madness of physics and what happens whenever you shoot a piece of glass. So for aesthetic purposes, you would think that you would want to have balance, because from the artistic point of view,